It's hard to explain, viewers. Going down. Freaking Octoroks. Now then. This treasure chest can be kind of hard to get. But it is possible. It's kind of... There we go. And for getting up here, we get a heart. More importantly, we get quick, easy access to this bugger. Now, for those who are curious, yes, I'm going for the ice arrows, even though they are not mandatory. And even though I hardly ever use them. Now, you do actually have to drain the water, viewers, because there's a chest down here. And you cannot open it underwater, for some reason. For some reason, this is the only chest in the entire game that you cannot open underwater. And yes, I know this to be a fact. Don't say, oh, you need the Iron Boots and the Zora Tunic in order to open it. No, I've gotten here with the Iron Boots and Zora Tunic, and it just does not open. You have to drain the water. I would do a proof of concept, but I'm not going to replay through this dungeon just to show it off. Fuck off. I don't know why I was waiting on his body. Alright, so let's go up. Now, if you're wondering how I'm going to be dealing with the tunics, I'm not going to be... Whatever tunic I have on at the end of the last episode is the tunic that's going to be on until I have to change. I mean, you do not get any downfalls, downgrades, or debuffs, or whatever if you have a tunic on that... Like, you don't get extra damage from a water enemy with the Goron tunic on, and you don't get extra damage from fire enemies with the Zoro tunic on. That's a different game, viewers. Alright. Got my last fucking key. Let's actually move on and do this shit. Yeehaw. I like the backflip over. Makes me feel fancy. Watch this, watch this. That motherfucker can hover. And he's gonna be impossible to beat while he's over the fucking hole. Come on, you. Stop being a dick. There we go. And now we gotta deal with two. Now then. As a quick proof of concept, viewers, I'm gonna go on and Dinspire here. Dinspire does nothing to these guys whatsoever. And these guys, you do actually have to beat them both. So get one pretty far down on health, and then start beating on the other. Don't worry about your health, viewers. Don't worry. If you're like me, you've got at least one fairy, if not two or three. Like, I've got 3 bottles, but I don't want to ditch that bug just yet. There we go. Anyways, notice how that one, its body actually just kind of scattered on the ground. If we do not kill this guy in a quick enough manner, that other one will have actually reconstituted itself and we'd have to refight them all over again. These enemies are quite irksome. But we've got our bow. The fairy bow. I would hope we know how to use items by now. So let's go on and equip that bow and come back over here. Now then, we want to stand right about here. And shoot these 3 paintings. By shooting the paintings, one of the Poe sisters shall appear. Now then, something I did not actually know up until about a year ago was you can actually fight the Poe sisters, except for the last one, without the bow and arrows. The last one you have to have either the bow and arrow or the hook shot in order to attack it. And this was something I actually did not know up until like a year ago. Damn it. The bow and arrow does take these guys out a little bit quicker though, so I like using the bow against these people. With the bow and arrow, it's about 4 hits, as opposed to the sword or the hammer. Okay, so we got 1. Let's go to the other side, because something else that I liked about this dungeon, it is nice and symmetrical. So we've got the one on that side done. We can come over here and do the one on this side. Stand in just about the same spot, and you can get a clear aim at all 3 of the pictures. And then we've got the same situation. See, that's what I was talking about. You cannot actually block with the hammer. It just does not work. But that is just a literal simple matter, that is literally just a simple matter of sidestepping them. 3 jump attacks with the hammer, and they apparently die pretty nicely. Now, there's a reason why we wanted to come back and do this. Aside from unlocking the second of the flames, that chest has the, I want to say, map in it. No, compass. That just has the compass in it. But more importantly, by coming back this way, we've got an entirely new path we can go. And you do want to go this way. Anyways, whenever you see areas with floor masters or ceiling masters, you want to go on and actually kill them, because both floor and ceiling masters do drop quite a bit of rupees. These guys, you actually have to use the bow and arrow on. You cannot actually kill these guys. Oh! Apparently I'm wrong. I could have swore you could not kill those guys without the bow and arrow. So we've run into yet another door we cannot go through without a key. So that is everything we can do over here. Let's go back the other way. Hee. Yes, there's a lot of running around in this dungeon, and indeed all dungeons. This one more so than most. The only one that tops it, and this is the only downfall that I can talk about with the water temple, is the water temple. How often you gotta go back and forth in that dungeon. But I still like the water temple. I just don't see why people hate on it so much. Okay, so there is something we can do here, viewers. By the way, something of note. Ceiling masters cannot get you while you are climbing up and down a ladder. So, we've got the bow and arrows, and we saw a little thing up above this door with an eye that, when I was pointing it out in the Goron Temple, or not the Goron Temple, the Fire Temple, you cannot hit those with the hook shot in order to flip the switch. You actually do need the bow and arrow. I was just pointing it out in that dungeon with the hook shot, that way y'all wouldn't really get confused. Anyways, let's pick up the boss key. These guys, by the way, made a lot easier with the bow and arrow. Whoops. Stop fucking jumping. There we go. I don't know why that first one took so long to kill with the hammer. For some reason, randomly, the Megaton hammer will do very little damage. And I do not know why. Just randomly, it does low damage. Now, we got two doors we can go through. I believe we want to go through this one? Yes, indeed, Rooney, where we meet a floor master. Unlike ceiling masters, these guys do not actually. These guys do not actually drag you off to the. Anyways, unlike the floor master, these guys, or unlike the ceiling masters, these guys actually do not try and drag you off to some place. And key. Now, of course, we did actually have to go through and do this, viewers, because, well, you know, keys are kind of important. But also, it leads back here, so we've got a quick, easy way of getting back to where we were going. Now, I want to avoid the main room for as much, or for as long as possible. I will have to, of course, go back there eventually, but I want to, like I said, avoid it for as long as possible. Yeah. Go up. Fuck off. Shoot it again, and it turns the room. Yes, once again, still quite a lot of fapping about, I guess. Damn it. Come on, round the corner, thank you. God, it's like Link doesn't want to go through the temple. It's like Link wants Zelda to be whatever's going to happen to her. It's never been all that clear what Ganon wants to do with Zelda. Like, at most, the only thing he's ever really done to Zelda is seal her within a crystal. Whoop-de-fucking-do. I'm just gonna go on and run past you guys. See ya. Say hello to one of the coolest rooms in the game. I like this room quite a bit. Anyways, what you want to do is just keep aimed at the eye there. Once your crosshair, well, once you're sure you're going to hit both the eye and the fire, then you'll be good. Oh, fuck's sake. Come on. Why does it take so long? Get across. There we go. Alright. So we flipped this area once again. We can crawl up there and get back to the previous room, but why would you? Now then, this area can be kind of... Shut up, Navi. Interesting. You gotta keep an eye out for the holes that are in the area. See, we got a hole on the white. This does take so long to go up that you don't really have to worry too much about being smushed. Unless, of course, you run right into the... Skulltella, like... Not Skulltella, the, Actually, yeah, Skulltella, like I did. Anyways, by shooting the painting, we've got a little block puzzle to put together. Really not all that hard. Just gotta not accidentally keep climbing up on top of the freaking blocks. More importantly, you just gotta push the 4 blocks with the green Poe sister on it together. Whoops. A little too far. Oh well. Now, I may be cutting this a little close, but that's just because I kept accidentally climbing on top of the damn block. We're still gonna get it. Because, push! There we go. Green Poe sister awoken. And she's the same exact tactic as all of the other ones. Just dodge out of the way, jump attack. Dodge out of the way, jump attack. That's all. Come on.